Tensions are high in South Central Los Angeles after 2 people were killed by LAPD. More details have been released today, including video footage. We'll have a full report.
And Orange County is on high alert for a major earthquake. Plus, National Hispanic Heritage Month kicks off this week on campus. We'll give you a preview of what to expect.
All this, plus weather, sports, and entertainment, OC News starts right now. Welcome to OC News. I'm Karen Vargas.
And I'm Taryn Martinez. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Here's a story involving death in Los Angeles. The chief of police speaks about the deadly shooting that have led to violent protests as this past Sunday afternoon in El Cajon.
12 protesters were arrested by police on Sunday after refusing to leave an unlawful assembly. 4 out of the 5 people were arrested for alcohol-related crimes, while the 5th individual had an unrelated arrest warrant. This led to an altercation between protesters after police asked the group to leave the vicinity due to safety reasons. Protesters who refused to leave the area were then arrested. The protest came after the death of an immigrant from a police shootout last week. Los Angeles Police Department Chief Charlie Beck held a press conference today and said, quote, "We are doing our absolute best to take guns out of the hands of those who would use them against others." While the police chief defended the actions of his officers, there were people at the conference protesting against police violence. This is Gustavo Olguin with OC News.
A man in his 60s was shot in the chest while walking near the Yorba Linda Reservoir around 8 this morning. After sheriff deputies and firefighters were called to the scene, the victim was airlifted to a local hospital. Lieutenant Mark Stitcher of the Orange County Sheriff's Department said that they are still trying to piece together what happened and are looking to get more answers. According to the OC Register, a small handgun was recovered near the scene and another 60-year-old man was taken into custody. It's still not clear if the 2 men knew each other. Deputies do not think any other suspects are at large. The victim's condition is unknown at this time.
Just 36 days until we vote, and many of the races, including the presidential race, are very close. For many college students, this will be the first election they are eligible to vote. But are they registered? OC News' Natalie Gomez has more on efforts to make sure their vote counts.
First started in the 2012 presidential election, National Voter Registration Day has become a 50-state holiday for thousands of organizations to ensure family, friends, and neighbors are registered to vote.
My name is Natalie Gomez, and we are here at Cal State Fullerton, where organizations such as Associated Students, Inc. and others came together to celebrate National Registration Voting Day. The event is mainly to raise awareness for the younger population to come out and vote.
Secretary of State Alex Padilla partnered with the California State University system to promote the importance of supporting student voter registration. He visited the Cal State Fullerton campus and spoke to students about how young people have the power to shape elections.
It's about the future of our state, the future of our communities. Should we invest more in education or not? Should we make college more affordable or not? Should we make moves to invest in infrastructure and the economy of the future or not? Guess who gets to make those decisions? The voters. But only if you vote and only if you register to vote.
The California Students Vote Project, led by Padilla's office, is advocating California's public colleges and universities in hopes of improving the 8% youth voter turnout from the 2014 general election.
We need to empower our young people to take the government seriously. And if you don't like what's going on, go out and vote and make sure you get people in that will support your college tuition, for example, is voted on by the legislator and the governor. If you don't like what's going on, make sure you vote.
Reporting from Cal State Fullerton, I'm Natalie Gomez for OC News.
New poll results are in for the presidential candidates, and the vice president hopefuls are getting ready for a verbal match on stage. Let's send it over to James Wallace, who has the latest in politics.
All right, a lot has happened in politics as we had our first presidential debate last week with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump going head-to-head for the first time. It was estimated that 84 million people tuned in to watch the 2 presidential candidates battle it out, making it the most-watched presidential debate ever. So since it was so big, let's take a look at which candidate got the biggest bounce from the debate. As you can see, Hillary Clinton got the bump she wanted according to a Fox News poll taken after the debate. She leads Donald Trump by 3 percentage points. Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson received 8% support, and Green Party candidate Jill Stein received 4%, even though they both weren't on the debate stage. This comes after Trump complained that he had microphone problems during the debate as the mic picked up Trump's sniffles. Watch this.
Yes? Is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy. It's very important to me. Hundreds of companies are doing this. We cannot let it happen. Undermine companies and our jobs.
The second presidential debate will take place this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. This time the debate will be in a town hall format in which the candidates will answer many of the questions from undecided voters in the audience. The moderators will be Martha Raddatz from ABC and Anderson Cooper from CNN. And speaking of debates, tomorrow night will be the first and only vice presidential debate for the upcoming election. The debate will take place in Farmville, Virginia, and feature Republican vice presidential nominee Mike Pence and Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Kaine. The two candidates seem to be preparing quite differently from each other. Kaine says simply that he has to be himself and that his debate prep is going good. Pence is holding mock debates with Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, with Walker portraying the Democratic VP nominee. According to NBC News, Pence visited Walker last Wednesday in Madison, Wisconsin for preparation, and it appears that we could see a smoother side of the Republican ticket. Pence is also hoping that a good debate performance against Kaine will help Trump's poll numbers before the next presidential debate. Here's some local political news. Californians will be able to vote on many new propositions, including Prop 64. Which one is this? That's the marijuana prop. According to ballotpedia.org, a yes vote for Prop 64 on Election Day supports legalizing recreational marijuana and hemp under state law and establishing certain sales and cultivation taxes, while a no vote opposes this proposal. It will be interesting to see if Californians will vote to legalize pot. Aren't we all interested to see that? That's it for politics. Now let's send it back to Taryn and Karen.
Cooler temps are on the way. A complete weather forecast ahead, including details about Hurricane Matthew bearing down on Haiti.
And Kim Kardashian was robbed in Paris by two men with guns. Stay tuned, we have more after the break.
It's what powers our journey to reach unimaginable heights. It fosters a sense of yearning to create, explore, and soar. It strengthens our will to climb to the top. It's the bedrock of our conviction that nothing's impossible. It transforms us and sets us free to thrive and build lives of purpose. Titan Pride is at the heart of who we are.
Cooler weather is coming our way. Meanwhile, residents of Haiti are preparing for the onslaught of Hurricane Matthew. John Carasello has all the details. John?
Yeah, Karen, let's take a look at our temperature currently right now. It's been absolutely gorgeous and over the weekend, and that weather continuing. Right now, 75 degrees. Today's high was 76, and tonight, later, it'll be 57 degrees to finish out the day. Bit humid at 39%, and the sunset will approximately come down at 6:32. We're going to take a look at our national weather, see how the rest of the country is feathering here. So take a look, LA, 74 degrees, up in San Francisco, 63. We look at the Midwest, Denver, 76, Albuquerque, 77, and San Antonio, 85. East Coast, again, as I mentioned, still just gorgeous, beautiful weather right there, those September, October months in the fall. Best time to travel out there. New York at 71 and Washington, D.C., 77. We go down to the South region, Orlando, 85, and Miami, 87. And as I mentioned last week, there's a lot of heavy rains and thunderstorms, and it's getting a bit more serious now. We got some tropical storm warnings, actually some hurricane warnings we need to take place. Just today, even in the Caribbean area, Jamaica, there's been a lot of flooding going on right there. We actually have some videos, as you can see on the screen there. This is Kingston, Jamaica. The streets are absolutely flooded right now. Not a single person, car, or vehicle on there. And again, this happened over the weekend. It's continuing today. Over 5 to 10 inches of rain reported there in Jamaica. This is, of course, because of Hurricane Matthew that's going on right now, striking the Caribbean area right now. We take a look at this map as well. You see those red little flares right there. That's the hurricane warning. And right now, Hurricane Matthew, it's a Category 4 hurricane. Wind gusts, it's going up to 140 miles an hour, can get up to 165, and it's making its way up to Haiti and even the Dominican Republic and later to the Bahamas. So it's expected to hit Haiti later tonight and even early Tuesday morning, and then it's going to travel its way up to the Bahamas. And this is where we need to be watchful. By Thursday, Friday, by the end of the week, it's going to hit Florida. And the governor over there, Rick Scott, he already issued a state of emergency for the whole state, other neighboring states as well. South Carolina and North Carolina are taking advice. So we definitely want to keep watch for this Hurricane Matthew, a very serious hurricane that could do a lot of damage. But luckily, these countries, Haiti and Cuba, they've already taken precaution, a lot of evacuations going on, and we're hoping the best for them. Now we're going to take a look at our 5-day forecast here. So Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to heat up 80 degrees, the high, and as you go on later in the week, we're going to get up to already the low 90s, and up to Saturday, up to 92 degrees, the lows in the 60s, and mostly sunny throughout the week. And that does it for weather. We're going to send it back to our anchors, Taryn and Karen.
2 cases of the varicella virus, also known as chickenpox, has been identified here on campus. The Student Health Center released a series of emails last week saying the first case came from university housing. Just a day later, a second case was reported involving a student leaving off campus. Those 2 students will remain off campus until they are no longer contagious. Chickenpox is spread through the air and by touching or breathing in bacteria particles. It causes a blister-like rash, itching, tiredness, and fever. Those who have had the chickenpox or the vaccine are less susceptible, but don't mistake chickenpox symptoms for the common cold.
Southern California has been issued an earthquake warning, and residents are cautioned to remain on high alert until Tuesday of this week. The Governor's Office of Emergency Services has been following small seismic tremors deep under the Salton Sea after a 4.3 magnitude earthquake struck the area on Monday, September 26. Officials urge residents to heed caution for a bigger earthquake until Tuesday of this week, after scientists estimate the probability of a 7.0 magnitude or higher earthquake hitting the Southern and San Andreas faults. Southern California residents can prepare for a possible emergency by stocking up a week's worth of water and unperishable foods for each person in their household. They can also secure any loose and dangerous objects, pack a light bag containing essentials like a first aid kit, flashlight, and batteries, blanket with extra clothes and matches, and stay away from doorways. Prepare an emergency plan on where to meet your loved ones in case phone lines are down. Most of all, stay calm and stay safe.
Kim Kardashian was targeted for a robbery in her hotel room in Paris, and Bruce Springsteen's book signing drew fans from around the world to Capitol Hill. Marissa Alanis has more in entertainment.
Thank you, Taryn. Kim Kardashian West was in Paris for Fashion Week when she was held at gunpoint and robbed last night. 2 men dressed as police officials used the concierge who entered her room at the No Address Hotel. While Kardashian West was bound in the bathroom, the suspects stole approximately $9 million worth of jewelry. There are 3 other accomplices linked to this investigation. Kanye abruptly ended his performance in New York while he heard the news. Kardashian spokeswoman said that she was badly shaken but physically unharmed. Today, Bruce Springsteen promoted his autobiography, Born to Run, at the Grove of Orange at the Barnes & Nobles. His fans have come out to get autographs and pictures. Wristbands will be given to the first 1,150 people who purchased the book. Sales started at 9 a.m. Next, the first teaser of Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, has been released and has people wondering, where is Johnny Depp? So, let's take a look. That concludes entertainment news. Back to Taryn and Karen.
Up next, we will see how the Titans men's and women's soccer teams performed over the weekend and which professional baseball broadcaster voiced his last game.
Hispanic Heritage Month kicks off this week. Find out how President Garcia is celebrating on campus when we return from the break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
The Cal State Fullerton's men's and women's soccer teams are back in action. The LA Rams continue to win, and Vince Scully announced the last game of his illustrious career. Robert Cavazos with sports.
The men fell to UC Santa Barbara in overtime, 2-1 at Titan Stadium on Saturday, bringing their conference record to 1-1-0. Ross McPhee scored the Titans' lone goal in the 27th minute off an assist from Reed Dorwart. 2 minutes into overtime, Kevin Foote would score on a pass from Jose Espana, and that would be it. The Titans hit the road for a 3-game road trip that begins in Sacramento State on Thursday at 4 p.m. Now, to the women's soccer team. CSUF women's soccer team won their second straight conference game on Sunday, shutting out Cal Poly Pomona 4-0 at Titan Stadium. Maribel Morales had 2 goals, and goalkeeper Morgan Birch recorded her first victory of the season. The Titans are now 2-0-0 in conference for the first time under head coach Damian Brown, and for the first time since 2006. The Titans will now hit the road on Thursday afternoon to take on UC Davis before returning home on Sunday to face Long Beach State at 5 p.m. That match will be broadcast on ESPN3. Now, on to the National Football League, where the NFC West leading Los Angeles Rams headed to Arizona looking to improve to 3-1 against Carson Palmer and the Arizona Cardinals. First quarter, no score. Rams quarterback Case Keenum finds Brian Quick in traffic, who breaks free and takes it to the house for a 65-yard touchdown. To the second quarter, first and goal, Palmer drops back and Michael Floyd hauls it in for the touchdown, making it 10-10 after the PAT. Third quarter now, third and goal, Palmer drops back and is nearly intercepted by Eugene Sims, forcing Arizona to settle for 3. 13-10 Arizona. Fast forward to 2:40 left in the fourth quarter, same score, Keenum in the shotgun, Brian Quick reels it in for his second touchdown of the afternoon and third of the season. That would prove to be enough as the Rams hang on to win 17-13, improving to 3-1, their best start since 2006. The Rams host the Buffalo Bills next week at the Coliseum. Kickoff is set for 1:25 p.m. The Dodgers announcer Vince Scully has called thousands of games over the course of his legendary 67-year career. On Sunday, he called his last. On to the last day of the regular season, the Dodgers were in San Francisco taking on Bruce Bochy and the Giants in Game 162. The Giants need a win to clinch a spot in the National League wildcard game. Buster Posey got this party started with the 2-run single down the right field line off Kenta Maeda. Fast forward to the third, Chase Utley fouls the ball down the third base line, and Connor Giaspie makes a tumbling catch over the rail into the cameras for the out. Now we head to the ninth inning with the Dodgers trailing 7-1. Sergio Romo gets Rob Segedin to fly out to left field, giving the Giants a berth in the playoffs. Here's Vin with the call.
I have said enough for a lifetime. And for the last time, I wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon.
On the 18th hole, American Ryan Moore helped win the Ryder Cup for Team USA, and his lag putt would be enough for Europe's Lee Westwood to concede the hole, giving the USA 15 points and its first Ryder Cup victory since 2008. After an emotional day, the U.S. celebrated the win in an appropriate fashion, some with family and friends, others, like Ricky Fowler, well, not so much. Fowler didn't seem to mind, however, and when you're part of a win that big, not many would. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
October is Hispanic Heritage Month here at Cal State Fullerton. Student groups and departments are celebrating the achievements of Hispanics. Reporter Morgan Klein has more on this month's events.
This year's theme is acknowledging our Latinx roots and celebrating our diversity. President Mildred Garcia will kick off this month's event this Wednesday in the Arboretum from 5:30 to 7:30. A list of these events can be found online at CSUF News Source /Latinx Roots. This is Morgan Klein reporting from OC News. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's all for today's show. Thanks for joining us on OC News. Don't forget to join us on social media. You can find OC News on CSUF on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And you can always find reruns of our show on YouTube. Be sure to tune in for next week's episode.
I'm Karen Vargas.
And I'm Taryn Martinez. Have a great night, Fullerton.